Friends, how we doing today? Good to see you, good to see you. My name is James Robillata. I know right now I'm just some extremely attractive man talking to you. And you're like, well, so far, so good. But I feel like we should get to know each other a little bit more, and I feel like a natural place to start is to tell you how I eat pancakes. This makes sense, right, ma'am? You're like, sure, just don't call on me again. Friends, here's how I eat pancakes. You can get out of my face with a short stack of pancakes, all right? Does it look like I've ever only had 2 pancakes in my life? Let me go ahead and do this for you, okay? No, I'm grown and sexy. I'm gonna need 3 pancakes. And when it comes to my pancakes, I have an equal opportunity, same amount of butter and syrup on each one, okay? I'm not like the Bisquick box. You've all seen the Bisquick box before, right? It's got the big stack of pancakes on it, little yellow pad of butter up top, and the syrup just delicately dripping down the sides. What? Yeah, oh my God, no. No, because if you eat your pancakes that way, you're cutting into a drier gradient of pancake, and that doesn't make any sense. Where are my people who soak their pancakes in butter and syrup? Where you at? There you go, friend. I see you, I see you. All right, that's what's up. Where are my people who don't do that? Maybe we got some dippers in the house, okay? Some dry pancake eater, that's fine. This is an inclusive environment. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Friends, after I get my pancakes adequately soaked and stacked, what I do is I cut little triangles all the way around so that I have a star. Then I cut the points off the star so I have a circle. And then I cut more triangles out. It's a very geometric eating experience. And I start that way because I need you all to know from the jump that I'm a little bit weird. I'm a little bit weird. It's okay, I think we're all a little bit weird though. I know for me, a lot of my weirds come in food quirks. I wonder if some of you have food quirks as well. Maybe you eat something in a particular way. Like, for example, where are my people who don't like their food to touch? Yeah, there's a bunch of you, yeah, for sure, right? You're like, why don't all plates have those little separators, right? At Thanksgiving, you were making like green bean walls to be like, nah, gravy, know your place. Right? One of my people on the other side of the spectrum, when they see a plate of food, they just mash it all together. Where y'all at? Yeah, for sure, you're right. Oh, yeah, it's all gonna look the same eventually, right? Y'all nasty. Friends, we all have a weird, and it's fun when we start that way. Because I want you to think about what connects us. What connects us is not our mission statements. Sure, our mission statements sound beautiful and they are important and precisely worded, but what connects us are our stories. Humans, leadership is innately human. And we forget about the humanity amongst the schedules and the deadlines and the Q4 goals. We forget about the humanity of leadership, and it is our stories that connects us. And authentic leadership is taught through stories, specifically your story. Authentic leadership is done by owning who you are so that you can be real to other people, but owning who you are is really scary because owning who you are involves putting every single facet of your life in front of a mirror, and I don't know about you all, I personally find mirrors to be pretty scary places. I'm not just talking about putting your physical appearance in front of a mirror though. I'm talking about also putting your choices, putting your relationship, putting your faith if you have that, putting your ego, your friendships, your reputation in front of a mirror and truly seeing it. But that's hard because mirrors don't lie. So oftentimes when we think about owning who we are, I think sometimes the way it comes out, we don't even recognize it is during embarrassing stories. And you heard that I dislocated my right knee at my senior prom dancing to Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman. That is true. What you didn't hear is that occurred during dinner. Friends, I don't know who the DJ was at my senior prom, but dude was dropping straight fire all night. Normally at formal events, they slow it down during dinner, a little Billy Joel, a little light jazz. No, my man just kept coming with the bangers. So me and my friends were like, yo, if he's gonna keep the dance floor hot, we gotta make sure it doesn't get chilly, you know what I'm saying? So I got out there and did my thing. Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman comes on. When that song comes on, friends, you have 2 choices in life. You either go hard or you go home. I went a little too hard. Was jumping around, jumped onto my right leg, my knee blows out. I fall to the ground, had to pop my own knee back in. Then proceeded to drag myself to the side of the dance floor. Our principal rushed over to me and handed me 3 ice cubes. To this day, I can't tell you if they were for my inflammation or for my water. I'm still grateful. Later on in the night, they played the song, Just Bust a Move. You remember this track, right? You want it, whoo, you got it. Only everybody at my senior prom was like, hey, just bust a knee. That's disrespectful. Friends, embarrassing stories help us remember that we are resilient. They help us own a little bit of who we are. But I'm that friend who, during late night fun conversations with your friends over a wine or a beer or a cheese plate or just guilty Taco Bell runs, I'm that friend that's like, oh my God, these embarrassing stories are so funny. Look at how much we're laughing. This is so cool. How do you define happiness? I'm that friend who's like, we're having a good time. Now let's have a deep conversation. I don't know if any of y'all are like that in the room. So this is a question that I ask my friends that I want to ask you right now. That goes a little bit deeper into the idea of owning who you are. What is one lie that you tell yourself every single day? What's one lie that you tell yourself every single day? No, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm not talking about, I'm not about to finish this whole sleeve of cookies. My friends, finish the cookies. Tomorrow is a new day. No, I'm talking about the deeper lies. The deeper lies that we all tell ourselves. For example, I'm telling you one right now. I don't know if you noticed, but your boy looking cute up here, okay? What you didn't know is that this is a shell that I needed to put on. This is a shell that I needed to put on because in my twisted brain, if I didn't look cute, then I think you'd be more focused on how unattractive I am than on my message, because I have a low self-esteem about my physical appearance. But every single day when we wake up, we need to win. So I needed to win today, so I decided to look cute because that's what I needed to do. But fake it till you make it. But if all you ever do is fake it, do you ever really make it? No. So we've got to start owning these lies that we tell ourselves. How many of you, I won't call on you, how many of you would say something, have said something like, I don't need to ask for help, I'm gonna do it on my own? How many of you said something like that? I don't need to ask for help, I can do it myself. Yeah. How about, where are my people in the room that like to say the phrase, I'm fine? Where are my I'm fine people? I'm fine. Head is actively on fire. No, I'm fine. It's Heads on Fire Tuesday. You didn't get the memo, Lorraine. Right? Friends, we all have little lies that we tell ourselves. But every single one of these lies is a brick that you carry, and no one knows about your bricks. Every single one of these lies is a brick that you carry, and we owe it to ourselves to live a lighter life. So we have to start owning our lies. Are you leading through your lies? Are you leading through imposter syndrome? Are you leading like the person you assume they meant to hire because you're not good enough? Or are you leading as yourself? You must own who you are in order to be real to other people. So the next question I want you to think about, after what's one lie that you tell yourself every single day, is what version of yourself do you allow others to see? If I were to ask your teammates, if I were to ask your scrum, if I were to ask your crew, your organization, would they tell me, what would they tell me? In your work, are you who you're supposed to be, or are you yourself? What if you were good enough? What if you were the one that was supposed to be hired? What if you don't have to be perfect? What if you could lead imperfectly through your own story, but it's hard and it's scary to lead through our own stories because no one knows what's going on in your personal life. No one knows about that divorce. No one knows what's going on with your kids. No one knows what's happening with your finances. No one knows what it's like to wear your skin in a society that consistently tokenizes you. No one knows what it's like to love who you love and wonder if you can hold their hands while you walk around. No one knows what it's like to be you because you are the only person who has to fall asleep to the sound of your own heartbeat. So my friends, I need you to hear me today and trust me when I say that your story is good enough. Your story is good enough. Lead through your stories. Make others feel like they are okay, like they are enough. And your teams will get tighter. I'm an Italian from New York. And it is my firm belief, therefore it is a fact, because that's what I've been taught. So, it is my firm belief that pineapple has no place on pizza. Who agrees with me? Let me see your hands. Make some noise. There you go. There you go. Amazing, amazing. Where are my people who vehemently disagree with me? That's awesome. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Everybody else look around. These people are wrong. As a professional speaker, I've been carefully taught to divide my audience as quickly as possible. As if the internet hadn't done it enough already. I got you. Friends, I love starting this way. I love starting this way, sharing our weirds. Now, maybe some of you are like, well, yeah, I don't really have any food quirks. It's okay. You do something else weird. I don't know what it is, right? Maybe you like stick your finger in your belly button and smell it, okay? I don't know what you do. Some of the men in the room are like, yeah, I tried it, what? I was bored. I don't know. But you do something weird, and it's fun when we start this way. It's fun when we start this way because each one of these weirds is a different burst of our humanity. It's a little blip of our story. And leaders tell stories, and leaders listen to stories. Humans tell stories, and humans listen to stories. It's how we've always connected. So shout out to the mission statement of your association. I am sure it is incredible, it is widely important, and it is something that truly does connect your members. What also connects your members is their humanity. And so sometimes it's important that we revisit this humanity. And I think it's so fun to ask each other these questions, to learn these little fun things about each other, because it gives us that moment of like, oh shoot, you too, me too. Oh my God, I thought I was crazy. And that's such a beautiful moment to create belonging amongst our members, even just in this simple way. And we do this by asking questions. Because questions lead to story. Story leads to connection. Connection leads to trust, and trust leads to loyalty. Questions lead to story. Story leads to connection. Connection leads to trust, and trust leads to loyalty. That means the foundation of creating a team, of creating a membership that cares about each other, that shows up for each other time and time again, is learning about them. It's curiosity. Curiosity is the foundation for creating incredibly loyal environments and teams and people who show up for each other. Curiosity is powerful because curiosity creates community. And community is the goal. We're not here together at this conference and we don't care about community. Every single one of you in your associations cares about community. You want people to show up time and time again, not just because the programming is excellent, but because the people who they sit next to care about them. Community is the goal, and curiosity is how we get there. If you look up curious in the dictionary and see what the opposite of curious is, the antonym of curious, you get uncurious. But if you look up the antonym of curiosity, you get apathy. And none of you want your members to be like, oh yeah, no, that's good, it's fine. Yeah. Oh, the conference was fine. Yeah, no, our association meeting was fine. Yeah, no, the virtual event was fine. Yeah, no, this is good. That's fine, it's fine. Yeah. No, yeah, oh yeah, I met her, she's fine. Oh yeah, no, I guess he's cool. Yeah, whatever. Apathy is appalling, right? Like, no one wants to live at a 5. So we need to punch apathy in the face, and how we do that is by being more curious about our people. So today we're going to talk about the skill set and the mindset of curiosity. The two sides, the skill set and the mindset of curiosity, to kind of talk a little bit more about how we can create stronger teams, tighter bonds, better communities. So let's start by talking about the skill set, because this is the part that you all know. It's about asking better questions. I think we were all lied to when we were younger. How many of you, by a show of hands, how many of you were told by an elementary school, a high school teacher, whatever teacher, a professor, how many of you were ever told there's no such thing as a bad question? Many of you were, right? I think that's a lie. I think there are such things as bad questions. For example, when a well-intended leader gets their people together and they get everyone together, like, all right, we're going to have a brainstorming meal here, a brainstorming meeting. It's going to be here at this offsite. We got everybody together. This is amazing. I can't wait to hear other people's input. And they're out there. They just finished a granola bar and they say, okay, it's my time to shine. And they step up to the podium and say, thank you all so much for coming to this meeting. I'm pumped that you're here. I got one question to get us started. What do you all want to do this year? And with the same crickets that you just gave me, everybody looks up at that person and goes, no. Because it's too big, it's too broad, it's not a great question. Asking better questions drives people towards answers. Asking better questions drives people to critically think about their place within a community. Asking better questions moves us past the idea of, well, that's the way we've always done it. Asking better questions is key. But I don't want to put the pressure on you to all of a sudden come up with the most inquisitive inquiry ever. Instead, where I want you to start is this. I need you to ask a second question. Think about the conversations that you have, especially when you've just been bumping into each other here in the hallways. The first question that you always ask somebody is, how are you? Well, here in the United States of America, if you are asked that question, you are legally obligated to 4 answers. Good, fine, tired, busy. If you share anything else but that, I don't have time for you. Okay? I just used a few more words to say hi, okay? Because it was polite. It's so interesting. Now, if you ask that question in another country, buckle up and grab a latte. Because they're going to answer the question. But everybody gets asked one question, how are you? But not many people get asked another question. Ask a second question. Right before you're about to give someone advice on a project, on a memo, on a whatever it is, right before you're supposed to give someone advice, I want you to challenge yourself to ask another question so that you can better drill down and personalize your advice for their situation. Asking a second question is different because everybody gets asked one question, but leaders ask a second question. Spend a little bit more time with someone. Become a little bit more curious with that individual and see what you uncover. It is my firm belief that when we have a cool conversation with someone, and that conversation feels genuinely curious, when it feels like that person actually is enjoying this moment, they're practicing active listening, they have great eye contact, they're asking cool follow-up questions, they're paraphrasing things that we said, where they're squaring their shoulder to us. When we have a conversation like that, inside of us, there's a little button that gets pressed, and inside that it gets pressed, and inside we go, this actually feels kind of nice. Right? Even that one dude at your table that hasn't laughed at one of my jokes yet. Inside it's like, this is fun, right? Like, when did it become weird to practice good eye contact? When did it become weird to ask more questions, to share a little bit about ourselves? I'm wondering how many of you would say that you just had a better conversation than expected. Amazing. Amazing. I want to tell you this, and this is going to sound like an insult, but stick with me. What just happened was not unique. It was not unique. We have the ability to have quality conversations like this with every interaction that we have. You don't just need some large bearded man to be like, talk! You ask a question, right? We have the capacity to do this. And a lot of it comes back to this phrase of, tell me more about that. It's a simple phrase that we can use with each other. Oh, tell me more about that. It's so simple. I don't need you to put your pressure on yourself to ask all these crazy, cool questions. Just a simple, tell me more about that is great. Because many of us have surface level conversations. And those conversations are fine.
Small talk is powerful because small talk, though sometimes annoying, is also something that helps us with our fight or flight or freeze response, because we need to know, is this person going to stab me? So sometimes we need a little small talk just to be like, yo, you cool? Right? Sometimes we need that. But at some point in time, we must make the choice to go deeper. Because if I'm having a conversation with, oh my God, tell me what's your favorite food? Oh, where's your favorite place you travel to? Oh, that's oh, okay, cool. Oh, what's your favorite color? Oh my God, cobalt blue? Mine too. All right, I got to get on this elevator, right? Like, at some point in time, we have to make the choice to go deeper. In every conversation, you have two choices, in my opinion. You can choose to be interesting or interested. Being interesting is sometimes harder because if you're like me, sometimes I have a little bit of a low self-esteem, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of boring. I don't do anything cool. I don't, whatever. Right? Like I take myself out of the game sometimes. So sometimes I don't want to put pressure on myself to have to tell a cool story or make me think that I'm bigger than I am or whatever. So sometimes it's a lot of pressure on me, but instead choosing interested is powerful. People are making billions of dollars, maybe trillions of dollars at this point, to distract you. The business of distracting you from whatever you are currently doing, people are making lots and lots of money off of, because something's buzzing, something's beeping, something's booping, someone's calling, someone's this, et cetera, et cetera. So when someone actually is face-to-face with you and having a beautiful conversation where they are interested in you, is powerful. That's curiosity at its core.